The second one, it was like we was both back in the older times, and I was a horseback going through the mountains of the night, going through this pass in the mountains. It was cold, and there was snow on the ground. He rode past me and kept on going, never said nothing going by, just rode on past. And he had his blanket wrapped around him and his head down. When he rode past, I seen he was carrying fire in a horn, the way people used to do, and I could see the horn from the light inside of it, about the color of the moon. And in the dream, I knew that he was going on ahead. He's fixing to make a fire somewhere out there in all that dark and all that cold. And I knew that whenever I got there, he'd be there. And then I woke up.
Hundred for 100. This is the podcast where I take 100 films that I think everyone should see at least once for your new movie-going audience, trying to figure out what they want out of film, out of life. And I ranked them from 100 to 1 for you. I did the burdens of this for you. I took all the heat for you. And I gave them each a 100-word review, and each one of these to be released once a day for the first 100 days of 2020. Number 44. Yesterday we talked about Seven. Wonderful crime thriller from David Fincher. We're staying in the crime-ish type realm with today's number 44, 2007's No Country for Old Men. Directed by the Coens, Joel and Ethan. This bit of business, man. Let's get into the 100-word review for No Country for Old Men. Part Western, part crime thriller, No Country for Old Men adapted Cormac McCarthy's fatalist eponymous novel and elevates it to a wonderful cat and mouse suspense film. Starring Josh Brolin, Woody Harrelson, Tommy Lee Jones, Javier Bardem as the stone-cold killer Anton Chigurh, the film explores man's revelation of aging and a world passing them by. That's a long-ass sentence. A film wrought with violence, but not overly indulgent. The Coens walk a fine line between displaying man's crueler nature and reviling it. Special attention must be given to Roger Deakins' cinematography as he puts the beautiful, expansive emptiness of Texas on exhibit. Deakins! Recording this the day after the Academy Awards, after he won his second Oscar for 1917, one of the best, if not the best, cinematographer to ever manipulate light and shadow, Roger Deakins. And this movie does look beautiful. When you get extremely long shots or expansive shots of the U.S., they always look brilliantly beautiful. That's thanks in large part to Roger Deakins. This movie, man, it's funny that I put this right up against Seven yesterday, because they are both cat and mouse type joints. Everyone's trying to find Josh Brolin and this bag of money that Josh Brolin has. Dude comes across looks like a drug deal gone wrong, or a deal of some kind gone wrong. He happens to stumble across the aftermath of that in a briefcase full of cash. Something that's going to turn his life around, much like a giant briefcase full of unmarked bills would change pretty much all of our lives. And then, it's various people trying to get to him to get that cash. We have Anton Chigurh, Javier Bardem, in the role that really put him in the limelight, and that stupid-ass haircut of his. A stone-cold killer. A couple days ago, we talked about Star Wars and the fact that Darth Vader is one of the greatest movie villains of all time. I think you can also put Anton Chigurh up there as one of the greatest movie villains of all time. Shows, as far as I can remember off the top of my head, no emotion whatsoever. A casual wry smile, maybe from time to time. A man who lives by his own strange ethics and morals. Although just sadistic enough to end somebody's life with the flip of a coin. Not that anybody else in fiction's ever done that before. But the fact that he uses that cow puncher as a weapon, and is also a breaking and entering device, quite inventive. That for Cormac McCarthy to add that into. And I think the Coens do a great job adapting that to film. This is a good long joint. This is it's something like 2 hours, 20 minutes, something like that, maybe. So it's a good long movie. You get time to just live in that world. This is one of the starts of what I like to call the urban Western. This is kind of like the new modern urban Western. They're taking place, like the Western genre itself kind of died out for a while, got overexploited in the 60s, right? Died off for a bit. And now it's reemerged as this new age urban Western type deal where a lot of it takes place in the landscapes of like West Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, right there on the Texas-Mexico border, maybe some Southern California in there. Not too much. Movies like this, movies like Taylor Sheridan's Hell or High Water, films like The Way of the Gun. All these take place in contemporary to the times the film was released, but it's a new kind of Western, and I'm liking this version of the Western far, far better than the old version of the Western. They're telling these stories in regions that you don't normally see stories told about. And the difficulties they have to face, like The Way of the Gun, no cell coverage out there, so communications is fucked in that movie. This is one of those types of joints too. You got a dude chasing a dude, you got feds chasing the dude chasing a dude, and Tommy Lee Jones's realization that he just can't make sense of this world anymore. This is a film about aging more than it is, and realizing that the world has passed him by, and that's what I love about it, and that's why he decides to retire. I can't deal with these new age criminals in this new age world. I'm not built for it. I'm not equipped for it. And he was smart enough to realize that before he realized it way too late when the gun's about to go off in his face. Really, he is Josh Brolin is the center of the story. He's the man everybody's chasing after. But I think Tommy Lee Jones's quiet wisdom and strong steel that he has within him, and his knowledge, his kind knowledge, he is really the moral center of this story. Woody Harrelson does a great job, as well as the cocky dude chasing Anton Chigurh. Doesn't quite work out for him, but it goes how it goes. So make sure you check out number 44 on our list, No Country for Old Men.